Thursday, 13/27, 50 seconds, year 2026, the 19th day. Look out now. Brother got another song going to the brain. Little Willie, little Willie. The cat pushed out 3 shits today. And she pissed the bed. Which reminds the brother. Which reminds the brother. White witch, black witch, yellow witch, purple witch. White voodoo, black voodoo, green voodoo. Witchcraft. Got the sheets washed. Got to wash 2 blanks now. Years experience. Years experience. Got some potatoes steaming in the steamer. Brother already brushed up on a chick dinner this morning. Brother has dinner breakfasts around here. Now this was the lesson. The brother's showing the lesson on the guitar stand. That's an open G string. the same melody, different key. Ah, same key. Yeah, wow, that's a neat sound right there. That note. Saw the brother playing a G like that with the two fingers right there. That's how the brother got real close. Caught himself, he was starting to bear down and get in your face. But you're right there. That's a White Lioness song. It ain't White Lion, it's White Lioness. She's the one that carried the children, the cubs. That's why they didn't make it big, because the universe noticed that they got it wrong. Trying to give honor to the man. Talking about singing, save the children, giving honor to the man. The lioness, White Lioness. The White Lioness is. Ain't know what it is either. Ain't no need for fucking questions. That's a 1 and then a 7. Ah, there it is. That's a keyed Marty Friedman band. Keyed rhymes with peed. You know, like whip it out. Keyed and peed. There's a keyed Marty Friedman band. Look out now. Look at it. Keyed is referring to it. Doesn't mean now. Stay kind. Too much mean. What the word mean. That's why there's an emphasis on the lion instead of the lioness. Too much mean. That damn Vita Brava forgot how to vibrate. Pussy. He was sucking too much dick. Brother finally figured that out from watching videos. That's 176. For all those that all those that are just getting acquainted with the Independence Declaration. Replace off with love now. It ain't the Independence of Declaration, it's the Independence Declaration. Eliminate the middleman. Tell the British attorney to go suck on some law. There's the one. That's the G key. And then it had some ninth fret stuff like this. That's two major chords in a row. Look at that. But one is a minor. One is a minor. Brother needs to dip it. Brother needs to dip here. Look out, brother needs to dip. Not too much dip. Now the head's gotta get some more head in there. Fluffer. Need some more head. There. Now the brother enjoys some loveliness. Look out. Brother enjoyed a nice shower today. Feeling fresh to the skins. Look out, the brother's gonna beat some skins. Beat the skins, that's a phrase for playing drums. Dirty mind fucker. Gotta know them beat some skins, there comes some guitar like that. Some people beat the skins like that, got the stick in the hand. Beating the stick like this. Tapping that drum beat, you dirty-minded fucker. You still ain't qualified to pass no test yet. You get there, though. You keep sucking mama's tits. White lioness, son. So that's a G1 right there. And that's the number 3 box. There's the bop, 3, 4, 5. And then 6, 7, 1. And then 2, 3, 4. And then Russell likes to go 2 right here, 1 note and a 2 note, which is a 5, 6. Although he does go 3 notes per string sometimes too, like this. And follow all the rest of the strings out with the 3 slop finger positions. 3 slop. See that? That's fifth. That's the 5 slop. 5, 6, 7. And then the 1 slop. 1, 2, 3. Second string. And then the 4 slop. First string. 4, 5, 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 7, 6, 5. And the hops. 4, 3, 2, 1, 7, 6. And then the bop. 5, 4, 3, 3, 4, 3. And the 3 is the girl, which can put a dick on a girl. The girl can have a dick put on her, and the boy can have the dick removed. Most people didn't know that Bach and Beethoven and Handel and Grat and Fat and Whack and Vivaldi and Paganini, even Malmsteen was reincarnated, so he was alive back then. He was a different composer though. He might have been Pag Fag the Weenie. He might have been reincarnated from Fag the Weenie. Well, I already figured out that Beethoven was reincarnation of Edward Van Halen. I already got that one figured out. Shit. Look at that. Coast to coast, across the 7th sea, traveling on far and wide, and then to see the day I'm lying there and will be to my dying day. That's a 6-5-4. Imagine that. A new melody. And the thing that gives any song its jizz worth, its power and jizz power, it's always the same chord system out in town. District chords, 1st district chord, 2nd district chord, 3rd district captain chord, 4th different captain chord, 5, 6, 7 different county U.S. district chords. It's always the melody or the affidavit that was put with the chord, the affidavit. Because remember, we're getting the object to becoming conscious with the universe is to see past all the veils, all the corporate veils, and especially the mud-stuck, abusive corporate veils. So that was a 4. Or yeah, that was a 5. That's the pre-cum note right there. Pre-cum note. 5 note is always pre-cum note. Unless the mode is changed. Unless the mode is changed. Sometimes Amadeus likes to call the 6 the 1 chord. For some reason, all those songs wanted to be played in there. There was some Iron Maiden and some Yngwie Malmsteen. And just play around with the keys and the melodies and the notes. Change shit around. Because remember, it's always the affidavit. Always the affidavit. And that's the girl that sings with the chords. Bearing down on a little satchel, bearing down with some steel, a little panther That's the 176, the Independent Declaration. Remember the other songs the other day? After all this time, shooting off that dime, I just can't feel the game. It's all the same when we fuck. When the cum shot lands and the Mona plans, I just need to put jizz inside the bench. Fuck. Yeah, the 45. Remember the 4 and the 5, and then the cum note, the jizz. Got to get the jizz. It's always the one note. This golden heart of mine shall be pushing in all the time. This golden jizz in me. Instead of saying, won't let me be. Because there's nothing impossible. Won't let me be. It won't let me be. It won't let me be. White Lioness now. Remember that one. White Lioness. Which district courts are? Which district courts is these convert all questions to statements? Which district court convert all the verbs to nouns? Which district court? That ain't a question. This is the which district court? Which district court? Which district court? 154 inversion version. Which version? This is the which version. This ain't no question. Start training yourself to put all thy questions that come out like robot humanoids. It comes out automatic like robot humanoids. It's just that consciousness is longing to come. It doesn't just want to rise. It wants to moan, then it wants to come. So it's a three-step, three-page turns, arpeggios. There's three pages to turn with every chord. No, you gotta go. You better go. You better go order. Might want to order the pussy smelter pedal. The pussy smelter. Smells something funny going on around here. And then audit the fuck out of it. I never miss it till it's gone away, and my heart is lying there. A lioness there today. So, and then you got to figure out which district court. Got to figure out which district court is next. Remember, that ain't a question. Every district court, there's a witch sitting at every district court bench. A witch. Black robe, too. Pointed hat, you name it. So, understand and realize you're living in this golden quiz. Shape up, stroke that hand, and grab the pen with those dirty minds with handwriting. Stroke the pen and analyze the handwriting. Reveals the pain so easily when you can't stroke the cock today. Just choke a chicken with a knife and slay and chop the pussy down until the brother sees the clown. Wake up. So remember, it wasn't a question, which district courts? Matter of locating which district courts. You just got to get out there in the town and locate it. Sometimes rereading the affidavit helps to expose the witch. So you gotta remember, Iron Maiden is from Britain. They're English. Just listen to their fucking, when they talk. That's how you could easily know anyone that's from fucking the British invasion. Ozzy Osbourne, Sharon Osbourne, the Beatles, the Bee Gees. All these brothers, you used to listen to their accent with their voice. That's how you know they're the British fucking invasion. John Sykes, White Snake. But always keep this in mind too. Some of these fuckers have no clue who the fuck they are. Got no fucking clue. They were born into it. They didn't have no choice. The others, though, they're a little more conscious. So, yeah, we're gonna get them fuckers. We're gonna get them fuckers. We're invading. Space invaders. Aliens. Extraterrestrials. We're gonna invade that cunt. Invade that cunt. So remember, that when the affidavit comes, there ain't no more hiding the cunt invaders. There ain't no more hiding the cunt invaders when the affidavit shows up. That's the melody. So, which chords? Upon locating the which chords, sometimes it's go back to the affidavit and reread that fucking affidavit till something starts to sink in. Ooh, the three notes. Just start playing with the 3 notes per string patterns. When one starts to play the melody, look at that. There's a 3 notes per string pattern to start to figure out which key, which shall also lead to which chord. Oh, start playing. Remember, just got to use the inner ear. Get with that inner child. There's an inner child in there that's been pedophile. At Jeffrey Epstein. It was told to shut the fuck up. No, we don't talk about these things around here. Shut up, you little fucker. The witch child. Get with that inner witch child. The inner witch. There's an outer witch, there's an inner witch. There's a black witch, there's a white witch. There's a black lioness, there's a white lioness. And if you think that those are the only two, well, you might be sadly too much thinking. That would be too much lion energy. Too much lion, too much boy energy, too much thinking. Goddamn safe. Kmart down the street sells at least 96 fucking other colors, witch colors, with the crayon package. Goes across the 7 seas, I'm traveling on far and wide. When I ain't got the words to say, it's hard to make it for another day. And birds across the sky, I pull my cock out, then I cry. Remember, which chords? Ah! Well, remember, go 3 notes per string and see if this is a slop here. Experiment and see if the next one, the next string is another slop, and see if it starts to, the inner child, the inner ear starts to say, ah, that sounds like the key with the melody. And remember, there's always 3 slops. And it dropped down a note right there. So these 2 notes here are the top with this slop finger pattern, which the melody or the affidavit affidavit, remember, start replacing all these old conversations. Remember Apostle Paul in the New Testament, he says, put that old conversation away. And Jesus told everyone, you don't put new wine into old wineskins. In other words, you don't put new interpretation into old words, because they tear easily and all the lovely goodness spills all over the ground. Like jacking off. When it was really longing to go straight inside the pussy. I'm telling you, you better go get with Steel Panther and Satchel and quickly order the Satchel Pussy Smelter package. So understand, had to go to the third string. Those are arpeggio. That's an arpeggio. Remember, there's 3 page turns with every chord. 3 page turns. 3 page turns. Remember, the prosecuting attorney brings in his pages, and the agent brings in the affidavit, which is court judgment. The judgment is already agreed to. Oh, boo! Then look at her shit again! She's ready to shit again. I'm almost ready to shit again, man. Almost ready. There you go, boo. You gotta remember, though, brother tends to go overboard and boob gets a little bit. The cat. The cat is the affidavit. The cat. It's the commercial affidavit truth. If the cat's getting a little bit, it's probably because the affidavit is being forced down someone's throat. And that's getting into the realms called shooting oneself in the foot. If one does not know how to wield the sword, wield the weapon, wield the sword, the weeping, the crying, one does not know how to tend to one's voice with all the rest of the living organisms that are all around, to tend with the voice. You know, like yesterday's video where Russell revealed and had a little confession. Yeah, I went a little overboard yesterday with the voice. Other ones went overboard with the Hollywood acting. And the cat couldn't shit for 4 days. She couldn't shit. 5 days. She finally shitted this morning. 5 days she went without shitting. Because sometimes the girl, that's the girl energy. Sometimes she rises up so fucking strongly, it just fucking annihilates everything all around. It's like a fucking nuclear bomb. So one has to regulate the nuclear activity, the radioactivity. One has to regulate. Because it is that fucking powerful to fucking destroy the whole fucking universe. Another big bang. And start from scratch one again. But only the wise lioness, only the wise tigress, only the wise girl is able to, all right, I'm getting a little overboard here. No use having to self-sabotage the little child inside yourself and have to force oneself to jump the plank and get eaten with the sharks. See that? And there's always time. Always time. No use being in a hurry. And so, especially if one can catch oneself and then say, all right, break time. Break time. 48 minutes into the videos, break time. Because brother can feel it coming on. Can feel it coming on. The cat was a sign. She was showing the signs. She's getting up, standing, looking around, and when brother realized, oh shit. Yeah. You gotta give the cat some rest. That's the affidavit. Give the affidavit a break. Give it some rest. And rest from bearing down, doubling down, and getting in the face. That's the headbutt. That's the Sebastian Bach. So we'll get back to that song later on in the next video. It's locating the witch chords with the Iron Maiden song chorus, the witch chords. So comprehend. Replace the word comprehend with the word understand with comprehend. You know, like CAFR accounts, the comprehensive annual financial reports, which are all the elites in the counties are gathering signatures attached to the birth certificates. They get $2 million per signature, and they're hidden in CAFR accounts, county CAFR accounts. So any county telling you they ain't got no fucking money, we need to raise taxes, are bullshitting everyone. They got billions of fucking signature birth certificate dollars at disposal ready. All the funding any fucking county could ever fucking, and the cup over fucking floweth. So, like I said, if one wants to see brothers starting to get back to the screen. If one wants to have a little examination, go to the YouTube channel Russell Edward Eskew and see the last two videos. They're right there. It was a meeting with the civil head attorney. And Russell brought this up with the civil head attorney. $2 million per signature. RUSSELLEDWARDESKEW. And the attorney agreed to and knew that the video was going on YouTube. And he knows it today. It's sitting right there upon YouTube. Because remember, at the Grand Spectrum, we're all on the same team, fuckers. We're just waking up all the unconscious folk. Thy sheets are dry, thy blankie is in the oven. Now for the sucket blankie. The second sucket blankie. Blankie now, microphone. Oh! Suck it. Second blankie to the washing machine. The second blankie to the AI. The washing machine is just an AI. Anything that's a machine. These cars, refrigerators, AI, it's the same fucking thing. It's just an older version robot. It's the same fucking thing. Don't be afraid of AI. A more appropriate way to put it is, there's nothing to fear with AI. Although anything can go mud-stuck and abusive, but even at that, that's still the most wonderful lesson spot to learn to grow from. I mean, just look at history. Where would the world be without washing machines and refrigerators and cars, smartphones? Everything's a fucking robot. It's just that technology is so fucking advanced today, and the military has been withholding all the advancements. If the more advanced advanced AI stuff comes out today, it's gonna be a fucking shock to some folks. A shock, and they think that the machines are taking over. You know, and Trump knows this. Elon knows it. Xi knows it. All the leaders. Russell knows it, and we're all in this together, looking to get information to people in such a way that they can survive, at least survive, and then the next step is to thrive. Judge, I was shocked. Judge, I was shocked. That's why we got doctors, son. Defibrillator. That'll help you stay alive. Anyway, that's an hour, so later. Stroke the fur, here, Daddy. Stroke the fire. Stroke the fur. This is a tooled machine. A tooled machine. A machine tool. This is called an asshole knife. More moderately and religiously called a butter knife. It's like a doctor's finger. Goes right up the ass to feel for any lumps inside there. Lumps and bumps, things to rub on. Have a self-fingered butthole examination and see if anything can be felt up there. Pull it out, smell it. Does it smell healthy or does it smell rotten? potatoes away. Freshly steamed taters. All right, that was in the side. That was the side A end. Instead of saying the end of side A. That's the side end. See, you see if it says in here the Navy Department inside the Blue Jackets manual instead of the Navy of the Department of the Navy. You see if the old Navy book says Naval Department in here. Let's see. The Blue Jackets manual, revised with Bill Bearden and Bill Wedderts. United States Naval Institute, Annapolis, Maryland. There's that down at the bottom. Something to consider. This is the 12th edition, and this is back in 1986. 12th edition. That's 40 fucking years ago. It says printed in the United States of America here. So there's that. So that tells everyone that the British corporate power was already in power where it says of right there. Anywhere it says United States of America, that's the sign during that the British had already invaded and taken over America. Anywhere the word of is at. Anyway, it might have been in an older book somewhere. Brother came across it. Brothers read the old naval documents. And it doesn't say Department of Navy. It says Naval Department. See if it says it in the back of the book. Brother can stand up straight now over here instead of having to fucking unconsciously hunch over for a little fucking smartphone screen. Now, don't want to belabor that. Here's an old ancient book. It might be in here. This is a book Mother handed down after she transitioned on. Well, this is 1789. There it says of America on it. See that? Acts passed at the first Congress of the United States of America, 1789. That's a separate pamphlet book with the other book. President of the United States. Wow.
George Washington. Look at that. It says George Washington on it. United States of America. Independence of the United States. Congress of the United States. House of Representatives. Wow. And that's the British had already taken over. This is during George Washington, the first president of the United States. The British had already taken over. Already had taken over. Naval officer, his duty. Here's the no titles of nobility that was mentioned in yesterday's videos. See that? Look at that. This is all under the naval. Under N for Navy. Naval. Look at that. Naval officer. Says nobility. No title of to be granted by the United States. So the British had not yet removed that from the Constitution back in 1789. That was an order to all British attorneys. You ain't allowed to come in this fucking country. Back then. Till the British infiltrated more and more Congress and banking system and over the people and all that. Titles of nobility. That's just an old word for, or old word that's the same as an attorney. Let's go to another book. Brother's gonna keep this one open right now. Go to Black's Law Dictionary. This was, brother put all these notes here when he was writing up the fucking Master Key Peace Warrant. He was reading this book. So, going here to A for attorney. See if it's in here. Back up a little bit. Don't see anything quickly. But attorney is close to the word audit. See, it's near the word audit right there. In red. Brother's got fucking paper slipping out, so he didn't want to get the fucking book. Okay, go to N for nobility. See if it's under N for nobility. And here's nobility. See this? Nobility. See what it says. The English law. In English law, a division of the people comprehending dukes, marquises, earls, viscounts, and barons These had accidentally anciently duties annexed to their respective honors. They are created either by writ, by royal summons to attend the House of Peers, or by letters patent, by royal grant of any dignity and degree of peerage, and they enjoy many privileges exclusive of their senatorial capacity. Since 1963, no hereditary ennoblements have been created. Okay, nobility, and then underneath that is no bill. See that? No bill. Action tax. One of the A's just slipped out. Hold on. Anyway, nobility. See, didn't exactly see the word attorney yet, but one has to probably read more to put the pieces together. Here's a word that almost looks like Playboy. This gets into Hugh Hefner and all the fucking child trafficking going on. So I'll put it up there. Any words that are similar in spelling, they're similar fucking period. Playboy. So you can see the infiltration that was going on in America. Yeah, there it is, right where the finger is at. See that word right there? Just looking at it, without looking at it closely, the bodily instinct eye picks up that, oh, Playboy. Playboy. Playboy, someone that likes to fucking play around. You know, like mud-stuck abusive bully, playing around with everyone, smacking them all around. It's just playing, but it's natural. Remember, it's not a bad thing. It's natural. It's part of nature growing up. It's just a little kid playing. It's unconscious. He's crying out for mama. Nobiles. It speaks of the word gentry. Gentry with the word nobiles. You know, like gentleman. An officer and a gentleman. That's pretty close to the same fucking thing as an attorney. An officer and the gentry. You got things like police officer. That's just another word for a lower level attorney, because they're gonna snatch someone off the street and turn them over to a higher level attorney. Anyone that has the word officer, or attached to their YouTube channel, official. What they're actually saying, if they're conscious with it or not, is that they're an attorney. They're with the attorneys. He might be just a little no-load YouTuber, but if he's going around touting, I'm an official YouTube channel, he's saying he's a low-ass ranked fucking attorney. In other words, he's on the British side. He's teamed up with Britain. But he probably doesn't even know it. Most people don't even fucking know they're on the fucking British side. Don't even fucking know it. They're born into America, and everything that's going on with them is all fucking there to support the British. It ain't there to support fucking this country, America, because they just don't know. That's why there has to be motherly figures that have read the history and comprehend the history, and then they teach the children. But if there are no motherly figures, all the children are going to be brought up as British agents. They got no fucking clue that they're on the wrong fucking side. not no consciousness whatsoever. And yet they'll stand up and they'll fight for anything. They'll fight for their cause. Kill you. Oh, I'm gonna beat you in the election. Oh, I'm gonna do this to you. That's what you call the blind leading the blind. Just what Jesus said in the Bible. and when the blind lead the blind, they both fall into the fucking ditch. Brother's got the front door open because there's neighbors all around. Because brother is a neighborhood head and chief watch captain around here. And is sure to speak loudly so that all the neighbors hear something that they never fucking heard before, which is evidence to consider. That's the sheriff. Anyway, so just brother would have to start going to all the words, because that's the way the brother read this book. Every word he would go and look it up. That's why there's so many of these fuckers in here. Every fucking word, and one thing would lead to another, and all reading all of it together. Then a picture starts to rise. Ah, I see, Capitan. I see. The cap is the top of the mountain. The mountaintop. The cap. Ah, I'm at a high enough level. I can see everything fucking going on. The cap. Capitan, that's why he's called Capitan. He's maintaining. Tain is the word to maintain something. The captain. He's maintaining everything that he sees at the top. He can see every fucking thing going on in the community. See it clear the fucking bell. So he's maintaining it as he's auditing it with the mouth, presenting the evidence. That's watch Capitan. So anyway, all these words with the nobility. In English law, remember, England, the British Empire. This book came from the British Empire. This is an attorney's book. Black's Law Dictionary. And there ain't no law in this book. It's all legal. The word law here is a distraction and a diversion. It's a lie. To fool people. To think that everything going on in the community is law. So you hear the sheriff talking about, oh, we're enforcing law here. No, they're not. They ain't got a fucking clue. And if they do got a clue, they know exactly what the fuck they're doing. They're the real fuck-offs. They're the real fucking liars. But still, even at that, they're still just a little child. Little tiny little pup. So they really don't know nothing. So all these words. Dukes, a duke. Remember the John Wayne films? What was John Wayne famous for? His nickname in all the Hollywood movies. The Duke. The fucking British, he's part of the British fucking invasion. He was touted as an American hero, Hollywood. Yeah! Bullshit! When one sees clearly what's going on, one starts to, oh, fuck. We were all fucking duped. Oh, shit. That's how fucking rampant the fucking deception is. When the Bible talks about Satan went around to deceive the whole fucking earth, remember, that's just an idea. One can start to get an idea, oh my God, how thick the deception is. It is so fucking thick. When a baby is born into a system like that, they got no fucking chance. Not a fucking chance in the world to see it. unless they have an ancestral universal connection, unless they in other words, they've been reincarnated a couple 100 million times. A couple 100 million, billion, trillion times reincarnation. And it's in the DNA so strong, they finally saw something, and now it's time to fucking bring the audit. And that's where Russell comes in. Remember, it's just evidence to consider. Don't believe it. Everything Russell says is just a story. And that's the best story Russell has to share until more and more and more is known. It could, like Russell always says, there could be new evidence tomorrow, and Russell will bring in the new evidence. So a duke, a marquise. Okay, what's the name of this fucking car out here in the front yard? It's called a Mercury Marquis. Alright? That's a cop car. And that cop car is there to defend the British right. It's from Britain. Marquise. It's got a British name on it. Most people think it's a Ford. Oh, it's from America. Ford, Mercury, it's America. America was taken over by the British, infiltrated. And all the taxes went to the tax collecting queen. And now they're going to the tax collecting king. But now Trump is in there and he's saying, bullshit, we're going to set some shit straight here. The reason why Trump set shit straight is because Russell fucking came to the table, put in a lawful fucking international, universal treaty in place. Russell's like a founding father. He knows what to fucking write down to get shit changed. Russell ain't no stupid fuck. And so President Trump says, we got someone from the private side that knows what the fuck's going on around here and knows how to write up the fucking contracts. That's why President Trump is in fucking position. That's why. But it ain't just Russell. It's a team effort. Team effort. There's a whole lot of people on the team, with the team. A whole lot. Anyway, Russell could go on and on and on and on and on and on. Just go study all the words if one wants to get into it. A marquis, an earl. An earl, that's another word for a sheriff. An earl. A nickname for earl is Dick. Russell's grandfather Eskew on Dad's side, his name's Earl. Everyone called him Dick. Russell grew up knowing that Grandpa's name was Dick. Everyone called him Dick. From Los Angeles, too, and Hollywood. Right there where all the Hollywood bloods at. Los Angeles. Yeah. All the relatives from Los Angeles on Dad's side. And Mom's side, too. They're down there, too. That's where they met. Los Angeles, California. Viscounts and barons. These had anciently duties. And you gotta know with common sense, if this is mentioning the word earl or sheriff, you gotta know sure as fuck who the fuck does the sheriff answer to? If everything's ass backwards, he's always answering to an attorney. So you got to know that the word nobility or a noble is an attorney, just by knowing that common sense. You know, if there's clarity with it. So, not saying that you got to know it, but you know, just putting puzzle pieces together without having to even go through and read anymore. One can start to see. The term nobility is a general term for all the elites at the top on the British side, from which the founding fathers supposedly broke away from. America, the independence, the Revolutionary War, which President Trump and the new administration, the cabinet members, and all those that voted for President Trump, they're starting to realize, or they're letting all those that don't know, hey, we're still dealing with the same situation when the founding fathers broke away from fucking Britain. Except they didn't fully broke away because they had to borrow money from the British bank to hire soldiers to fight the war. And that's how the British always had their foot in the door to re-overtake America. That's how it happened. And so Trump knows this. There's a lot of military high-level people. There's attorneys that know it. All the administration, people in the administration and the cabinet, they know with clarity now what they're up against and the reason that they're standing up. And you see all these people in all these towns, sanctuary cities, the whole 9 yards, defending something they ain't got no fucking clue what it's connected with. They don't even know this. They don't know this information. They hardly know nothing about the fucking Revolutionary War breakaway. And it's quite evident, otherwise they'd be talking about it. And you heard no fucker, no sanctuary city ever bring up anything about the American-British Revolution, the revolution. No one's talking about it. Not even President Trump. But see, they're keeping it a secret because they're conducting undercover military operations to take back America. That's why President Trump and the cabinet ain't mentioned anything about the British. It's an undercover operation, and it's a high-level military operation too. And it's been going on. These plans have been in place for over 20 years. Over. Hardly anyone fucking knows. Hardly anyone got any fucking clue what's going on. Except for those that know and they share. And they share. They audit the information out in the fucking communities. Audit it out in the neighborhoods. Neighborhood watch captains, the whole fucking 9 yards. Straight up. Anyway, so later. Get a little music here. Brother's going to be on the lookout for some of the manuscripts, or the girl you're all scripts. Girl you're all scripts. And he'll show it on the camera. naval department, not department of the Navy. Same thing goes with all the states. Oregon state, it ain't state of Oregon. That's British invasion, state of, which means without the people. There ain't supposed to be no titles and nobility constitutionally in this fucking America. No British agents. None. But seems how there are now, it's become a habit, and it's a bad habit, it's an old habit. It doesn't just go away overnight. So Pam Bondi, she knows what's going on, although she realizes, oh fuck, I joined the wrong fucking side and I didn't know it. But I know now. Now she's looking to set it straight. Especially because Russell's here now. And he's the head universal fucker. Contractually. Lawfully. You think Russell's shitting you when you think Russell's shitting you when Russell says he knows exactly who the fuck Russell is, and he's the head and chief universal fucker out of the whole fucking universe. Might be, you know. And that everyone has the same equal capacity to be the universe also. It's just that Russell is the first one universally to recognize the self. Remember, it's just a story Russell shares. But if one wants to have self-experience it, then bring it on. Come up against Russell and let's both see what happens. Replace what with but. Because the universal mother knows the child very well. Very well. The universal mother knows the child very well. That's the mud-stuck, abusive, universal child energy. The mother is here to grow the child. Child erection. Universal daddy is watching so that he can have some pride and say to the self, the sun is fully functioning. The river flows. Hey, the sun. The sun. This song is exposing the modern Bible interpretation, modern Jesus interpretation. Is exposing the words of Jesus, the words in red, the Jesus' words of Jesus, right? No one can perform any of the fucking commandments, which are summarized: love your neighbors yourself and love the Lord God your heart with all your mind. No one can perform that shit. Only Jesus could. Only God, only the universe, the self-universe has capacity to be perfect and obey every fucking command that the self gives to the self. Get the book again. Remember, it's just a story. Out of Bremerton, this is with Bremerton, Washington. Bremerton, Washington. Tom Weaver, a church pastor, with his partner, John Suter, wrote this book, auditing the Jesus Red Words, which are summarized in 2 commandments. Love thy neighbor as thyself, and love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, soul, and mind. And if you think you can do it, you might be self-deceived. Remember, it's just a story, though. And that's the reason this song right here, as well as every other song that the brother wrote in 2009. Brother wrote 3 albums on the whole fucking subject. 3. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. And they're published on YouTube.